to my YouTube channel. My name is Shalia, also known as the Visionpreneur. I'm your passive income specialist and business strategist, here to help you create and thrive in multiple streams of income, because having multiple streams of income is the gateway to financial freedom. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to create journals for publishing on Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing platform, or Amazon KDP. This is a great way to start building another stream of income with minimal upfront investment and the potential for significant returns. The beauty of creating journals for Amazon KDP is the low barrier to entry. So unlike any other business, you don't need a large amount of capital to get started. With just your creativity, some design tools, and a little bit of your time, you can create a product that has the potential to generate sales over and over again. So think about it. Once your journal is designed and uploaded to KDP, Amazon takes care of the printing, the shipping, and the customer service. Your role is simply to collect the royalties. And with Amazon's vast customer base, your journal can be seen by millions of potential buyers around the world. Furthermore, journals are consumable. This means that customers can purchase them repeatedly throughout the year, especially if they love what you create. It's not just about making that one-time sale, but about creating a loyal customer base that comes back for your unique designs and content. Also consider the versatility. Journals are not limited to one type or theme. You can tap into multiple markets by offering a variety of journals, from travel journals, planners, and diaries to gratitude journals and goal-setting journals. The options are really endless. Each type of journal can appeal to different audiences, multiplying your streams of income. And let's not forget the scalability. Once you've gotten a successful journal format, you can replicate it for different niches or customize it for different times of the year or special events. You can tailor your journals for New Year's resolutions, academic years for students, or special interest groups. So with each new journal, you're creating another asset that can generate sales. So grab your notebook and let's dive in. I'll take you through every step of the process, from brainstorming your ideas to hitting the publish button. So whether you're a seasoned artist or a complete beginner, you have the opportunity to create something amazing and profitable. Let's unleash your creativity and start building that income stream right now. So first things first, you are going to need to select a niche for your journal. This is a crucial step because your niche determines your target audience. So you want to choose a niche that is both popular and specific enough to stand out in the market. The right niche can be the difference between your journal getting lost in a sea of products and becoming a sought after gem. So think about it this way. Your niche is like the beacon that guides your ideal customers to your product. By focusing on a specific area, you become a specialist rather than a generalist. Specialists can command attention and often a higher price for their products. Consider areas you're passionate about or have expertise in, as your genuine interest will shine through in your work and resonate with your audience. This could be anything from mindfulness and gratitude to productivity, fitness, or personal growth. For instance, if you choose a mindfulness journal, you're targeting individuals who are looking to find peace in their busy lives. Within this space, you can create prompts that encourage daily reflections, meditations, or moments of gratitude. Or if you focus on productivity, your journal might include daily planners, goal-setting guides, and habit trackers to help your customers achieve their targets effectively. Moreover, when you align your journal with a specific niche, you can tailor your marketing efforts to reach the right people. Social media ads, content marketing, and even communities you engage with all can be strategically chosen to increase your journal's visibility to your target demographic. And don't be afraid to narrow down your focus. The more specific your niche, the less competition you're likely to have. Plus, a highly specialized journal can become the go-to for that particular subject or activity. For example, a journal designed for tracking the progress of home brewers or a diary for birdwatching enthusiasts has a clear, dedicated audience. And finally, remember to research your chosen niche. Look at best-selling journals in that category. Read customer reviews to understand what buyers love and what they feel is missing. This will help you create a journal that not only stands out in the market, but also fills a gap, providing real value to your customers. So take a moment to consider your passions and expertise. What can you offer that no one else can? That's your niche. That's where you can create a journal that doesn't just sell, but also impacts lives. So grab that notebook and let's sketch out a blueprint for a journal that could become the next big thing in your chosen niche. So once you have your niche, it's time to roll up your sleeves and design your journal, the canvas where your audience will paint their thoughts and dreams. The design phase is where your journal starts to come to life. You can use design software like Adobe InDesign or Canva, which offers a range of journal templates that you can tailor to fit your vision. These tools are powerful allies in creating a professional looking journal, even if you're not a design expert. So let's begin with the cover. First, we're going to go into Canva. This is the dashboard of Canva, and we're going to click Create a Design, and then we're going to type in Journal. So the size for a journal is 8.5 by 11. It's already going to be predetermined, the size. So at the top, you can type in what your journal title is going to be. So if you're doing a meditation journal, you would just type meditation journal, etc., etc. So for the purposes of this video, we're going to be designing a dream journal. So at the top of the page, I'm just going to write dream journal. And then we're going to start to focus on the cover. So it's not just a protective layer, it's your first handshake with potential buyers. The cover of your journal is paramount because it's what sparks interest. So it needs to resonate with your audience. So think about what would appeal to them. Is it a minimalist design, a burst of color, or perhaps an inspiring title? This is where you want to invest the time experimenting with colors, images, typography until you find the right combination that speaks the language of your niche. So keep in mind that when you're designing your journal, the journal cover, the first design that you come to create may not be the finished product. It may not look like the finished product. So take your time designing it. And don't, try not to keep your head stuck to one design. If you feel that, once you're done creating it, you want to tweak things or you want to change it completely, just, keep in mind that is always, an option. As a designer myself, I never stick to the first design that I designed right off the bat. I usually tweak it, and sometimes I change the entire cover. Sometimes I, get to the end of the design and I'm like, you know what, I don't really like this. So I end up changing it. So just keep in mind that you can always change it. Nothing is set in stone. This is your project. This is your creation. You can take your time because remember, we're trying to appeal to your audience, your target audience. Okay, so let's start with it. Since this is a dream journal, I want to go with soft colors, soft images and, make it like dreamy. So maybe we could do some clouds. So let's do clouds. And I'm going to go to the graphics section and I'm going to choose some dreamy looking clouds. So first off, we need to determine if this is a dream journal for adults, if it's for children, because that will determine what kinds of graphics and things like that we use from the Canva element section. So I'm going to be doing the dream journal for adults. So I probably would like to use real clouds. First, let me change the background so we can actually see the clouds. Okay, I'm going to put them at the bottom and I'm going to duplicate as much as I can because I want to kind of cover the bottom of the page. So it looks very airy and dreamy. So think about things that, someone would want to see on a dream journal, maybe someone sleeping or, just something warm and fuzzy, something that incorporates someone dreaming. And don't be afraid to look into the design section, the design tab up here and type in, the idea that you're looking for. So dream journal and just get some inspiration. So there are some dream journals over here and you can kind of see what other people are using. Someone used clouds, kind of like I did. Someone just uses a majestic looking face or relaxing looking face, the moon, the stars, just very, comforting images. So you can look through these and kind of see what you may want your dream journal to incorporate. Okay, so I've got enough of my inspiration. So I am going to put on here some stars. So let's go to the element section and type in stars. And there's tons of stars that we can choose from. I'm going to choose these. I'm going to make them white. And then I'm going to duplicate and I'm gonna flip it. Okay. And I did see something that I liked before. I'm gonna type in dream in elements, and I like the word dream. So I'm gonna make this bigger, and I'm going to type in journal. I'm gonna make the font white, make it a little bit bigger, and I'm gonna make it a script font. So I'm gonna type in, let's click handwriting and see what they come up with. And this is pretty cute, so I'm gonna leave it to that. The font is Mystically. And then I kind of want something to go in the background. So I'm gonna go into the photos section, and I'm gonna type in, I'm just gonna type in dreams. So I'm gonna find a photo, something that I can put in my background that will look nice. So let's position this to the back, and let's take away some of the transparency and see how that comes out. And that's not gonna work because it's too dark. So we're gonna delete this photo and find something more, something brighter. So let's do clouds instead of dreams. Clouds. Maybe we can try this one. It looks a little bit dark. But let's see how it turns out. Not really feeling it. So let's do the white clouds and see how that turns out. And then let's position it to the back. And it already is. And let's change the opacity. That's not bad. So we can keep that if we like it. If we don't like it, we can always change it. I really like these pink clouds. Yeah, I like these better. Okay, so we have our cover done, and then we can start with the interior files, or the interior. So for my journals, I like to do a page that says this journal belongs to, and then we can change the font if we don't like it. So I'm going to change my font to one of the fonts that I use. It's not here, but let's try this one. Okay, so we can use this one, and then we can, add a little line down here for the person to put their name. And I like to add 2 lines in case they want to, in case they want to put more than one name, or, we never know. So once you've gotten that, it's time to work on the actual journal itself. So keep in mind that every page of your journal is an opportunity to deliver value to your customer. So you're going to structure your journal in a way that best serves your target niche. Are they looking for guided help, or do they want the freedom to create? Perhaps a mix of both. You can include prompts to nudge them along their journey, or inspirational quotes to uplift them, and questions that provoke thought and reflection. So think about the layout and how it serves the purpose of the journal. So for a fitness journal, you may want to include space for workout logs, meal plans, progress tracking. For a travel journal, you might want to integrate checklists, maps, and areas for pasting photos. Every element should have a purpose and enrich the journaling experience. So in terms of value, what makes your journal stand out? Could it be unique prompts that can't be found elsewhere? personalized sections that make the journal feel more intimate, or maybe it's the extra tips and bits of wisdom sprinkled through the pages that offer more than just, a place to write, but, a guide for personal exploration and growth. Also, don't forget to add a personal touch. A short introduction, a message from you as the creator can create a connection with your reader. And this is a chance to tell them why you created this journal and how you hope it'll help them. This not only personalizes the experience, but also starts building a relationship with your audience. And remember, your journal doesn't need to be static. Encourage interaction by creating spaces for users to doodle, paste photos, or attach keepsakes. Interaction makes your journal a memorable piece of their lives. So let's put those creative gears in motion and start designing a journal that not only meets but exceeds the expectations of your target audience. So the first thing we're going to do for the first page of the journal is we are going to put a space for the date and the time. So the date, let's zoom in a little bit. And let's make this a little bit bigger. And then we're going to add a line for the date. Make it less thick. Okay, and then we're going to do the time. And we're just going to copy this line. This line does not seem straight. So after we're done with this date and time, then we are going to add some details to the page. So I started with the dream narrative. So this is where the dreamers can add in what happened in their dream. So I like to write with the lines. So I'm going to add in some of the lines for the journal, even though it's in this little bubble. I'm going to make it a little bit skinnier so that the person has enough space to write what happened in their dream. So, sometimes you have very detailed dreams, sometimes you don't. So I want this particular journal to be able to tell the story of what happened. I want them to be able to write down the entire dream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them the entire page, and the next page is going to be a continuation of what happened in the dream. So first they're going to do the dream narrative. So I'm going to center this. So this is what this is where they can detail their dream. Like what happened. And then we're going to just delete the rest of these lines because we don't need them. Okay, so the first page is their dream narrative. So the second page, we're going to put on their more details. Okay, so the second page, I added characters. So if the person wants to add in the characters that were in the dream, it says note any people or animals who appeared in your dream, especially if they are significant to you in some way. Mention both familiar faces and unknown figures. So in the next section, that's what they're going to put. So I'm going to add this little box over here, and we are going to change it to the color we had the first box. And I'm going to make sure that I add some lines for the box, which you can just copy and paste from the top one if you want to. I just didn't do it this time. And then we're going to keep duplicating the lines. And there we have it. So any characters they wanted to add from their dream, they can add them there. So I'm going to add another section to the bottom of this page so that they can add more details. So we're going to center this here, and we are going to, so the next section of the dream journal is locations and settings, where they can describe where their dream took place, the atmosphere of the setting, was it a familiar location or somewhere entirely new. So what we're going to do is we're going to just copy this and we're going to paste it and then just drag it down here so that they can have some, they can have a space to write the location and setting of the dream. Then we're going to move on to our next page. I'm just going to copy this and drag it over down here. Make sure it's within my little frames over here. And then I'm going to delete this. So my next section is going to be objects and symbols. So this is where they can pay attention to any objects or symbols that stood out in their dream. Objects can sometimes carry symbolic meanings. So I'm just going to copy this and then paste it over here and drag it up here. Make sure it's centered. So basically that's what you would do for the inside of your journal. You would just, make sure that you're making it as detailed as possible so that, you're attracting the right people who really want what you have to offer. Remember, content is king. Even if it's in a journal, it's the soul of your product and what gives it its true value. Your journal's content is more than just paper and ink. It's a conversation with the user, a tool for their self-expression, and a repository for their memories and their reflections. So the interior pages are the heart of the journal. They should offer a blend of structured pages for writing and blank pages for free expression. So structured pages can come in the form of line pages for writing, checklists for organizing tasks, and boxes for ticking off goals. So blank pages, on the other hand, are like a canvas for the imagination, allowing for doodling, sketching, pasting photos, or even scrapbooking. So at the end of this journal, I'm going to add like a last page at the end of each section. So this is going to be dream 1. And then every dream is going to have, this sequence of pages. And then at the end of the sequence of pages, we're going to have the, if they want to sketch out what they saw in their, their dream, then they would be able to do that. So I'm just going to put this here again, the same thing that I used, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to add some instructions. So I'm going to just add a text box and change the font. And then I'm just going to type in the instructions. So use your memory from the dream and sketch out what you remember in sequence. Try to get as detailed as possible. So right here is where they can draw, what they saw. Maybe if they can, memorize a face or an object or an animal or just something they saw in the dream, a place. Because sometimes, when you're dreaming, it's like, you see it in your head, but it's hard to like explain it. So if they, have the opportunity to draw it, it might be easier to, showcase what their dream was about or where it was or what the place looked like, to other people. So remember that content that aligns with your audience's interests and needs will keep them coming back to your journal day after day, making it an indispensable part of their routine. So let's create the content that speaks to them, that guides them, and above all, fulfills them. With content that truly matters, your journal will be more than just a notebook. It will be a companion on the journey to their goals and dreams. Literally their dreams. So once we are done with the journal, I'm not going to go through the entire, thing, but because that'll take a little longer than is necessary for a video. So after you're done with your journal, after you're done putting all your little details and everything, inside that you want to put in there and, proofreading it and everything like that, then it's time to format it for KDP. So as you can see, as I was designing, I was making sure that I was within certain guidelines on the page. So if you want to Canva has the option to show the rulers and the guides, the margins, the print bleed, and everything like that. My print bleed is already on. So as you can see, how I designed it is pretty much within that bleed for Amazon KDP. So if it's not, then I would just make little adjustments and go through the entire journal to make sure that it's within the bleed, because usually if it's not, then Amazon KDP is not going to approve it, and they're going to make you move everything to mostly to the center of the page. So Amazon's KDP platform is a gateway to the vast market of readers and journal enthusiasts, but to successfully pass through, your journal has to adhere to Amazon's specific requirements for book formats. So it's important to understand that these requirements are not just, bureaucratic hoops to jump through. They are designed to ensure that your journal presents as professionally as any best-selling book on their platform. So size does matter in the world of publishing. Your journal's dimensions will affect its portability, usability, and even appeal. Amazon KDP offers a range of standard sizes, so you're going to choose one that aligns with your vision for the journal and its intended use. So whether it's a pocket-sized companion for quick notes or a larger format for detailed journaling, the size of your journal sets the stage for its content. So once your journal is ready to go, you've checked the sizing and everything like that, it's time to introduce your journal to the world. So the KDP website is the launchpad for your journal's journey. If you haven't already created an account, then you're going to create an account, or you can log in. So this is the KDP dashboard. It's pretty straightforward, and it's where your publishing process begins. So once you log in, you'll be prompted to create a new title, which is over here. The title of your journal is its calling card. It should be memorable and give clear indication of what the buyer can expect within its pages. So take your time with this. A good title can make all the difference in capturing the interest of your ideal audience. So let's go into create, and you can pick an option. You can do a Kindle, you can do a paperback, hardcover, a series, or a Kindle Vella. So for this video, we designed a journal for paperback. You could also do it in hardcover, but we're going to create a paperback. So this is where you would type in your book title. You would type in this is going to be all the information that you need to create your journal's listing. So the book title is going to be A Dream Journal. And if you need help with the title, do not be afraid to ask Amazon or ask ChatGPT or, any of those other, softwares that help you with, product descriptions and stuff like that, to help you create your listing. So the title that I have settled on is Sweet Dreams, a guided dream journal for nightly reflection and subconscious exploration with prompts for recording, sketching, and analysis. So that is the title that I have gone with. So after you're done with the title, you can add a subtitle. It's optional. If you're adding a series, then you would go to add a series, edition number, and then you would put in your name. So I'm going to put in something else. This is the name of my business, so I'm going to leave my business name there for now. You can add whatever name that you want to put. If it's your author name, your pen name, whatever you want to put, whatever's appropriate for your situation. So once you have your product description in, then you are ready to move on to the next section, which is publishing rights. If you own the rights to if you created this on your own, if you own the rights to your work, then you would click the I own the copyright and I hold necessary publishing rights. If you're not an understanding of what that means, you could, hover over these links, these hyperlinks, and you will get more information. But for the most part, you would probably choose I own the copyright. The next section is pretty self-explanatory. Are there any sexually explicit images or, title? Mine is going to be no, and then you can select a reading age. This is a dream journal for adults, so I would probably go with 13 and up. So for the minimum 13 and for the max is 18 and up. So anybody who's 13 and up can use this journal. My marketplace is Amazon.com because I'm in the US. If you're not in the US, you would choose the right one for your country. And then for the categories, this is supposed to be classified as a low content book. So you would click that because this is a journal. And if it's large print, you would, click this one. And then you would choose your categories. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to find, what you're looking for. So just take your time, make sure you're choosing the right category so that your book can be found. So what I chose was journal writing, dreams, and memory, and it shows you how to get to it. So you would go from books to self-help, and then you would click journal writing, dreams, and I chose memory improvement as well. Next, we're going to move on to the keywords, which these are extremely important to keep in mind. So when I'm looking for keywords, I go to Amazon and I type in what I'm selling. So dream journal. So these are the ones that people are searching: dream journal for women, dream journal for men, dream journal notebook, dream journal for kids. So this is where I would find my keywords. So let's do dream journal for women, guided dream journal for women. So I would go back over and type in guided dream journal for women, and then just dream journal for women, and then I would go back and find the rest of my keywords. So after I have all my keywords, it's time to move on to the next section. So publication date and release date are the same. I doubt your book was previously published, so you would keep it to that. And then everything here is the same, or you would keep it the same. There's nothing to choose. So then you would go to save and continue. And then it would take you to the next page, which is the paperback content. So for journals, you don't need an ISBN number. So you could just click publish without an ISBN, or if you have your own ISBN number, you can choose this option. After that, we would go to the interior. If you want your interior pages to be black and white, you would choose one of these two options, with the cream paper or with the white paper. And if you want the interior to be color, you would choose one of these two, with either standard color paper or premium color. So I'm going to choose standard color. And then it's time to move on to your sizing. So we chose 8.5 by 11 for our Canva document. So we're going to choose that here, and then we're going to do PDF bleed only. And for the paperback cover finish, I'm going to choose glossy. If you like matte, then you choose that. And then it's time to upload your manuscript. So this is the part where a lot of people, I feel like they get stuck. So if you properly formatted your book on Canva, then the only thing you would need to do is download it as a PDF and then upload your manuscript here. And then you would click your manuscript, upload it, make sure that it's at least 70 pages, and then you would upload your book cover. If you didn't create the cover, then you could use the cover creator. So you could launch the cover creator. I never use that because I feel like they don't really have the right look for your journals, your books, or anything. I feel like it's just very outdated and they could, upgrade it. So if you have your own, you could upload it here. After you click upload a cover you already have. I believe I showed this in a different video, how to upload your cover file or how to create your cover file. And then you would disclose to Amazon KDP if you have used artificial intelligence in creating your content. If you haven't, then you would click no. If you have, you would click yes, and then you would choose which type. So if you had text that was generated by AI, you choose which one you did. And then after you choose some sections, you would, tell them what tools that you used. So for this video, we did not we didn't use any AI, so we're going to go to no. And then after you upload your manuscript and your cover, then you're going to be able to click this button to launch the previewer. I didn't create the whole journal, so I'm not able to launch, but this is where Amazon would analyze your files and see if there's any issues, and then they would tell you if it's ready for publishing, and if it is, then you can accept it. After you have accepted it, it will take you to where you choose your pricing and your marketplaces and stuff like that, and that is it. So just keep in mind when setting your price, it's a very crucial decision. This is not just about, what you think your journal is worth. It's about understanding the market, your audience's spending habits, and the value proposition of your journal. A well-priced journal is an accessible journal. So do some market research, see what similar journals are selling for, and find a sweet spot where your audience feels they're getting value and you are compensated for your creativity and your hard work. Remember, each detail you enter into KDP is a stitch in the fabric of your journal's presentation in the marketplace. So with every field filled in and every button clicked, you're one step closer to sharing your vision with the world. So I'm going to say this as a draft. And just remember, creating and publishing journals on Amazon's KDP platform is a fantastic way to generate passive income. So it requires creativity, research, and some marketing effort, but the rewards can be substantial. Remember, the key to success is creating a journal that provides value and resonates with your target audience. So stay patient, persistent, and keep innovating. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on creating multiple streams of income. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or share your own experiences with publishing on KDP. Until next time, I'm Shalia, the Entrepreneur, wishing you success in your entrepreneurial ventures. I'll see you in the next video.